Hello everyone, my name's Brian, and you know what? I'm looking to just do something I'm very familiar with this week. Every now and then I just look forward to doing things that are nice, easy, and I don't have to worry too much about it. And yeah, that's what we're doing here with our Izzet Blitz deck. One of the old decks that I kind of play quite a bit. I'm sure quite a few of you have had experiences with this, but let's go ahead and run through it in case anyone is seeing this for the first time. So the whole point of this deck is you have a whole bunch of creatures like Soulscar Mage, Monastery Swiftspear, Stormwing Entity, and Sprite Dragon that either have Prowess or something akin to Prowess that gives them +1/+1 for every non-creature spell you're casting. Sprite Dragon has better prowess in the fact that it gets a +1/+1 counter as opposed to just +1/+1 until end of turn. 3 Considers, 2 Vapor Snags, 2 Gut Shots, 4 Lava Darts, 4 Lightning Bolts, 4 Monastery Swiftspear, 4 Soulscar Mage, 3 Mutagenic Growth are 1-drops. Again, they just either deal damage or help us deal damage or get things out of the way. A little bit of card selection never hurts, especially when you have Lava Spikes to put directly into the bin. 4 Expressive Iterations, don't leave home without them. They're quite strong, even though I do side one out every now and then. 4 Sprite Dragon, again, just if they don't answer it, it wins. 4 Metamorphose, these are a free card. 4 Stormwing Entity, I know this looks like a 5-drop, but in reality it is a 2-drop. And in fact, you only ever even need 1 blue to cast it. You don't ever need 2 blue. 18 lands, nothing fancy, just 6 fetch lands. As long as they were retch fetch lands, they're fine. So pretty much we have 4 Scalding Tarns, 2 Bloodstained Mire, 3 Fiery Islets for a little bit extra card draw, 3 Basic Mountains so we don't have to punch ourselves in the face too hard, 4 Spire Bluff Canals because they're more or less duels in this deck, and 2 Steam Vents to go find with our fetch lands. Everything, just kind of on the normal by. As far as the sideboard go, this one's pretty generic. 3 Tormod's Crypt, 1 Shatter Spree, 2 Abrades, 2 Kazi Returns, 1 Bedlam Reveler, 2 Spell Pierce, 2 Aether Gust, and 2 Mystical Dispute. Tormod Crypt's obviously graveyard stuff, Bedlam Reveler, control matchup, Shattering Spree, and Abrades for artifacts, Spell Pierce against control, Aether Gust against other red decks, and Mystical Dispute against control. So like I said, this is going to be a very casual one this week. We're just going to run this through a couple of games, see how we do, and I will see you there. All right, here we are. Like I said, just a nice casual one this week. Decks I already know. Let's see. Our opponent rolled higher than us. Surprise, surprise, losing the die roll. I think this is fine. If they do anything super quick turn 1, we have Vapor Snag. If they play out a Ragavan or Darcy or something, we have Lava Dart. Ignoble Hierarch. That looks like a good as any target for a Lava Dart. So many lands. So we're actually going to go fetch out a Basic Mountain because I don't want any more. And just, will undo your ramp. Hail as old as time, Bolting the Bird, or Lava Darting and Ignoble Hierarch. That's what they say, right? Wall of Roots. I think this is definitely another. This is definitely some kind of Yawgmoth deck. Another Lava Dart. Well, next turn they're going to be able to do a million things anyway, so I think we just set up the Sprite Dragon because we can actually do a bit of damage here. So the question is, do we? I guess we can because we have plenty of lands in hand. So we'll get rid of a land to get that Bird of Paradise out of the way. Then we'll Muta because we got nothing else going on, and dealing our opponent 5. Seems pretty good, considering that this is going to stay at 3/3. And next turn, we'll still have 2 mana, which is really all you need for this deck. And I believe Yawgmoth's a 4-drop, so while we didn't cut them off from Yawgmoth, well, if they have to keep punching themselves to deal damage, I am okay with that. Then again, this is a black deck, so I'm sure it has Fatal Push, and Assassin's Trophy, and Abrupt Decay, and all sorts of things that can kill a Sprite Dragon. Opponent putting more counters on the Wall of Roots. Casting, oh, it's a Court of Calling. So they're gonna Court of Calling for 2 for the elf or the Vizier. Strangleroot Geist. Oh, okay. I'm not terribly worried about that. That can hit me. That can hit me all at once. Another Mutagenic Growth. That seems pretty awesome, actually. Let's see. Can we deal 10? So we swing out with Sprite Dragon. We Muta it. Then we Dart our opponent. Then we Vapor Snag their Strangleroot Geist. And then we Dart our opponent. Oh, game has ended. So we really had to go all in, but we did manage to do it. So, Yawgmoth kind of likes their graveyard, so Tormod's Crypt. Unfortunately, Kozilek's Return, you would think exiles creatures upon damage, but it doesn't. but I think Kozilek's Return is still okay. What's bad? Vapor Snag seems okay. It doesn't seem amazing. Normally you can cut one Stormwing entity, no problem. You can even cut one, and I repeat, one Expressive Iteration. Still no problem. The other parts, though, like Vapor Snag, that kind of hurts because they are a creature deck, and getting creatures out of our way is nice, but I suppose the Kozilek's Return are just better than Vapor Snag. And now, here's another thing, like, the free spells are great, Metamorphosis is Sprite Dragon is great. Like, do we only want one Cozy Return? Because, like, Kozilek's Return can, like, wipe a whole bunch of mana dorks and problems. But I suppose the graveyard hate's more important. So we'll do this, and if we lose because we didn't have the Kozilek's Return, we have a game to lose. Well, there's Kozilek's Return right in our opening hand. We have a creature, we have a redraw. I mean, if we get Thought Seized, it feels bad, but you really can't ask much more out of this deck. Oh, but I hit Mulligan because I'm bad. Wow. There was a guy who was really salty when I misplayed last video. I'm sure he's only having a party now if he's still watching. So we're gonna shame keep, and we're gonna put the Sprite Dragon to the bottom because we can't cast that right now. But believe it or not, we can do a ton of damage with this Soulscar Mage. Ooh, and we drew the Scalding Tarn as well. So the question is, do we give up on? I guess we do give up on a damage because we got to get that out of the way anyway. And we gut shot. There goes that. We're not going to play out Tormod's Crypt this turn. I don't think it's going to matter this turn. Next turn, hopefully, when we're able to just roar through a bunch of damage with Soulscar Mage, that is when I think we want to do it. Another Ignoble Hierarch. That we can still gut shot out of the way. And nothing else. So he probably has a Fatal Push in his hand, but, you know, we have to try. So we'll play out Scalding Tarn. We'll play out Tormod's Crypt. Before blockers are declared, we'll gut shot, and we'll swing. Didn't do anything yet. He can still do it now. All right, did a whole bunch of damage. Opponent's at 13, we're at 14, but we are out of cards. And our opponent scoops the game. All right, that was a very easy first one. We just kind of hated them out the second game. In the first game, we just kind of ran train. So let's go ahead and jump into game 2. We won a die roll. What? That doesn't happen to me. We don't win die rolls. So we don't do anything turn 1, turn 2. We Sprite Dragon? It's probably fine. All right, just throw out Scalding Tarn. You'll through the turn. If they have a Ragavan or a Darcy or something, we got a Bolt. Opponent plays a Bloodstained Mire. They might just have a Ragavan. Who knows? If they just pass, that's great. All right, we'll go get us a Steam Vent. Untap. Ooh, another Bolt. This is great. So we'll go ahead and cast a Sprite Dragon, which might get pushed, might get bolted, might find an unfortunate end in several ways. But at least this turn, it can poke for 1. Opponent plays a Mountain. Could even be Burn. Finally cracks, forcing to reveal us some information about their deck. You know, guys, I have a feeling this is the Lightning Skelemental deck. The only deck I've ever seen play Night's Whispers is the Lightning Skelemental deck. Fury! Oh no! This could still be the Lightning Skelemental deck. Mulligan's Command, so far they're just playing Rakdos good stuff. Boy, how good their stuff is. Okay, so I say we spend a turn setting up, and we bolt our opponent, and we play out Stormwing Entity. Next turn, we can play out all of the cards in our hand as is, even if we, like, didn't get a draw step. Expressive Iteration Soulscar Mage. So I'm going to put Souls to the bottom. We're going to keep Expressive on top. We're hoping we don't have to cast that, but that'll be how we rebuild if we get dismantled next turn. Like if he has another Fury in hand. So our opponent untaps, has another fetch. I don't know if we save Storming Entity if they go for a Bolt or a Fury. It feels like the right thing to do because we're starting with, okay, well, we sure know what we're doing now. So we're going to make sure that, oh no, it's Undying Evil. Okay. So now we can't save Storming Entity because it's going to have 8 damage on it when it's only going to be a 6 drop. So I'd rather fizzle his second Fury activation here. Unfortunately, it even already has... Boy, it even already has a 4/4, so we can't kill it with a Bolt. Well, we have Expressive Iteration for a reason. I think we have to get hit in the face, though. I think we go blue-red, play this out. What could this possibly be that he wants to do it while this is on the stack? All right, let's go to combat. All right, our opponent didn't blink, so now we have to try and bait out any removal. Didn't do it, so we'll just go all in. And the next turn, we have Expressive Iteration to try and come back a bit. If he has a bolt, he'll bolt now. Okay, now. So he'll be at 4. That's real low, but he does have a 4/4 double striker. So we are not taking an insignificant amount of damage next turn. I don't feel like Sprite Dragon's going to be around for very long. Oh no, he just scoops. We were a little too fast for him. So I played against this before. We definitely want Tormod's Crypt to stop his shenanigans. It's just like Rakdos good stuff. Aether Gust seems okay. Tormod's Crypt also seems okay to stop him from multi-wrecking us. We can put the Vapor Snags away because his creatures do stuff when they come down, and we would prefer for them to not come down multiple times. Aether Gust at least can get things on the stack. The Tormod's Crypt, though. Again, I guess we take out one Stormwing Entity, one Expressive Iteration, because Expressive Iteration is actually a little bit slow when you stop and think about it. Yeah, here's the thing. Like, I guess we can try 2 and 2. Because it's not like they're a graveyard deck. They just every now and then do graveyard things. And if we can surprise them when they Undying Evil by cracking or stop them from Undying Evil from cracking, that might just even be enough. So this has the turn 1 Consider into the turn 2 Stormwing Entity, which is a pretty strong start for this deck. Who knows if it's strong enough against our opponent's Value Train over there. And our opponent was apparently done. I don't know if we'll include this or not. Okay, so I was playing game 2, and my opponent just scooped after I beat them in the first game, so I don't know if we'll bother showing that. But here's game 2 and or 3, depending on how I choose to edit it, and I don't think this gets much better. So our opponent won the die roll. They'll be going first. Basic Swamp. It's also a cool swamp, and it's a Duress. There goes Consider. Goodbye, Consider. I didn't need that. But we'll be going off with Monastery Swift Spear into, I don't think we'll bother Gutshotting. We are going to fetch, even though we drew a fast land. And we're going to do that because we don't want to draw any more lands, dear God. Okay, so I'm feeling a bit of an 8-rack thing going on here. If our opponent is Duressing on turn 1, they need so many hand disruption spells, they're playing Duress. A Lava Dart. So actually what we're going to do here is we're going to play Spire Bluff Canal. We're going to go to combat, swing in with Swifty, go ahead and just pay the life on this, and then we're going to Stormwing Entity second main. Opponent's pump faking, tapping and untapping things. What do you got? They crack their fetch. I feel like our Monastery Swift Spear is not strong for this world. Eliminate. Yeah, nothing we can do about that. So they still get pinged in. They must have known that something else was coming if I... Oh, we're still in blocking phase. If I played out the Spire Bluff Canal, then went to combat. Like, that's even loose playing from me, and they still just kind of went all in on the eliminate plan. Sprite Dragon, top, mountain, bottom. Do not need any more lands. All right, let's see what they're up to. I mean, apparently this person plays enough where they made sure to get all the cool, jumpstart lands. And then again, look who's talking. Godless Shrine. This took a turn. Kaya's Guile. That's such a blowout. That is the blowiest of blowouts. Okay. Oh, or that'll happen. I am okay with how things are progressing. So it looks like our opponent is just playing some sort of, all-color control deck here. We'll go ahead and just pop for 1. We'll play Soulscar Mage second main phase, and we'll hope that next turn this Lava Dart deals 6 instead of 4. I mean, if they just play Wrath of God next turn, I feel real silly, but, with this deck, you gotta pressure. Okay, well, no Wrath of God. It could be another Kaya's Guile. Like, don't get twisted here, folks. Manamorphose. You love to see it. All right, Manamorpho boy. We got blue, so let's go red. Expressive on turn 4. Why not? We got some mana to burn. Although mana burn hasn't been around for a minute. Joke for all my MTG boomers out there. You could tell by even how hard I'm laughing at that one. Oh, disgusting. So 1 to hand, Consider. 1 to the bottom, Spire Bluff. 1 to exile, Bloodstained Mire. Well, we have to do this before combat, so we'll just dart you now. We can't lose that mana yet. All right, and we swing. See if they have anything to say about this. Okay, so another eliminate. There's nothing we can do about that, so we just let that go. But if that's all they got, that's not bad. So we'll go to the block phase. All right, and now we try and deal a little bit more damage with Consider here. Finding another Lava Dart would be nice. Manamorphose. We'll put that to Yard. Okay, Soulscar Mage, that's good. In the meantime, though, we will just poke him in the eye with our Dart. Dart did end up only doing 4 damage, but we're putting them to 9. We have another Soulscar Mage in our hand. Things seem okay. They do have 3 cards in their hand, and I feel like when your opponent... Oh, no. Okay, well, we lost Soulscar Mage. What I was going to say is I feel like a deck like our opponent's playing feels like they're playing a lot of big fatties. We found a land that actually read pay 1 mana, draw a card, and we find an Expressive. We've already played our land, but we have so many free spells that this could even help. Okay, I think Bolt is more important. We can put Stormring on the bottom and find that later and just give up on Fiery Island and just kind of swing with our 2/3. They're dealing themselves 1 damage a turn. I don't like how they have a Phyrexian Arena because that normally means Grey Merchant, and Grey Merchant against Blitz means Brian loses. Okay, so they're putting themselves to 6. With Lightning Bolt, we put them to 1, and they die off their own arena unless they gain life. Now, they already showed us Kaya's Guile, so they could just be gaining life here. They could have more than one way of doing that, especially if they put Phyrexian Arena in their deck. I have to assume they have ways of gaining life. I don't like how big this is. Oh, it's just a Kaya, sure. So there goes our guy, exiled. Find another Bolt. Oh, how you write it up! Oh man, I would like to remind everybody who's watching at home that Magic is a skilled game and the better player always wins. Luck has nothing to do with it, I swear. Oh boy, okay. So, just Mardu good stuff? Like, what do you bring in against Mardu good stuff? It's a whole bunch of hand disruption. They're going to draw cards and then he's going to play like really big flip fatties. So why don't we take out a Stormwing and put in Bedlam in case we need to refill our hand after he rips it apart. And I don't know what else is going on here. I mean, he gets the benefit of playing an off-meta deck, so we'll just try it like this. Like, I feel like the Vapor Snags are still good. I feel like, you know, all of that is still good. So let's see what he's up to. We draw a Garbo hand. That's better. We probably don't need 3 lands, so let's put back the fiery dude. Marsh Flats into some sort of hand disruption. Oh, please be start at 15. Thought sees me. Please, I have 2 1-drops. Oh, it's just Duress. So there goes Manamorphose, which is fine. Our creatures are a little bit more important anyway. We find a land. Feels bad. Crack this, just go get a mountain. In the deck. Play Swifty. I have to anticipate them having multiple bits of hand disruption, so I don't think we'll get Sprite Dragon down next turn, but we will be able to get Soulscar Mage, which will be fine. And who knows, we might even draw something useful. Voidwalker, hey? Well, nothing we can do about that at this exact moment. Expressive Iteration. That seems like a fun thing to do next turn, but for right now, Dragon. Go, haste creatures. Next turn, hopefully we can find some free spells. Ooh, Force of Despair. Oh man, our opponent's deck is spicy. I haven't seen Force of Despair literally ever. What did he pitch? Eliminate. Force of Despair is one of those cards that everyone looked at, and oh, there goes Expressive Iteration. That's unfortunate. And everyone wasn't entirely sure how good it would be, but it was pretty good there. I mean, it was a 2-for-1, but we live and die by our creatures. And if we draw another land, we're in a really bad shape. Lightning Bolt. So here's the question. An expressive... If it wasn't for the Expressive Iteration in Exile, I wouldn't do this. I would just go at our opponent. But I don't want our opponent refilling their hand. I want their hand to be pretty empty. Let's get rid of that while we can, and we'll Soulscar Mage. Yeah, I put in the Bedlam Reveler because I thought they would rip apart our hand, and that would kind of pay for it, but if they're going to have Voidwalkers, that's not going to work. All right, this could be like a K command that he's going to do on my upkeep, or he's going to do something right now. A Kaya again. Well, there goes that. A Monastery Swift Spear. I'm going to kill Kaya. I'm going to kill Kaya only because I don't want them to gain life. So, hiya. So we're both empty-handed. Well, he's got 1 card. He's going to have 2 cards in hand. I have no cards in hand, but I have 2 Monastery Swift Spears. Now, that being said, he's shown that he's mostly removal. So I don't anticipate whatever this is to be good. Okay, so that's a free turn for us. Please draw Manamorphose. That's almost as good. We just get to crack in for, what, a whole bunch on the turn? Not lethal, but sure feels like it. I mean, he's even going to put himself to 1 with Phyrexian Arena. All right. Opponent has been doing spicy things. Let's see if their spicy things can save them. Akaya's Guile would do it. Any other way to... Oh, nope. And that's the match. All right. Feels good. Let's keep going. Oh boy, our opponent won the die roll, and our hand has no lands in it, and it's called Tap 4 Baneslayer, which... it's terrifying. This has no creature. We need a creature. This is better. Okay. So get rid of Vapor Snag, get rid of one of the Stormwings. Hopefully our opponent isn't playing some sort of hand disruption deck. Burn? Is this the other Prowess deck? The Boros Prowess deck with like clever Lunamancer and all that fun stuff? So yes, we pay 2. I say we just bolt his creature. So normally in these red v red matchups, you want to use all of your mana and all of your direct damage spells to get rid of his creatures, because these decks actually don't normally have enough oomph to kill the opponent without it. Swift Spear, okay. This is definitely just the Boros Prowess deck. The Boros Prowess deck made like a big splash around Strixhaven and then was kind of never heard from again. Okie dokie. So this is a setup turn. We are spending a turn setting up the old Manamorphy here. So blue and red. Okay, so we're going to save that second Manamorphose for next turn. Soulscar Mage, Spire Bluff Canal. So Spire bottom. I mean, does Soulscar Mage even do anything? If he kills all of our creatures next turn, I'm going to bottom it. That might be greedy, but I feel like I need to be fast here. And there's a heavy chance our opponent kills our Stormwing and D-Way. Bolt. Reckless Impulse, okay. Harmonic Prodigy. Doesn't attack. So that kind of shows they have nothing in their hand. Sprite Dragon. As much as I wish I could, I really can't. So we're going to Manamorphose now. Actually, if we go blue-red, we kind of commit to Sprite Ring Dragon, but I suppose that's fine. Let's kind of roar over the top. All right, let's try and get a little more. So we rip them for 9, put them to 11. But I feel like with Harmonic Prodigy, they might kind of go off. They take 2 damage, that's a bad sign. They took 2 damage, that's an awful sign. Harmonic Prodigy, that's not what I wanted to see. Luckily, though, Monastery Swift Spear is a monk, not a wizard or a shaman. There's been plenty of times where I've wished Monastery Swift Spear was indeed a wizard for wizard lightning purposes. Lightning Bolt. There goes the Sprite Dragon. Cracks in for 2. Scalding Tarn. Not good. Not really what I'm looking for. So, Monastery Swift Spear. Go in for the attack. See if they block. No block. Okay, well, now it's Lava Dart time. I feel like they must have a bolt or something. I no longer feel like they have a bolt. So they would have killed the Stormwing entity before it became big. All right, and that's the game. So game 1 to Izzet Prowess. Is it Prowess? It is. Okay, now that we're done being dumb, what do we do here? Kozilek's Return, debatable. We'll think about it. Aether Gust seems pretty good. Spell Pierce doesn't even seem awful. What seems bad? That's a problem. Nothing seems bad. And like everything else seems kind of mid. Because like the only thing Aether Gust does better than Vapor Snag is get rid of things on the stack. But if it's like a burn spell, they've already triggered Prowess anyway. And they're white, so they probably have things that can gain life. Which, I guess we just kind of run it back. I don't know, we run it back and we see if we continue to be the faster Izzet, or Prowess deck, not Izzet deck. If we draw a land, this is amazing, but I'm going to maul. We'll keep and we'll get rid of Sprite Dragon. Other than that, we can just cast this hand. He does nothing and passes. Spire Bluff Canal. Okay. Swifty, if you want to spend one of your burn spells killing Swifty, I'm okay with that. I have so many backup creatures. And I even think the next turn we just drop our 2 creatures, and hopefully we draw a burn spell, and then the turn after that we can get rid of whatever they put in our way, and we just kind of run train from there. Battlefield Forge. I didn't realize the Boros deck was that hungry for colors. Leonin Light Scribe. I feel like we have to kill that. Do we have to kill that this turn, though? Because that's the only thing that's going to hit me next turn. Whereas this lets me go wide the turn after. Let's even see if they make the mistake. Let's swing with these 2. If he blocks, we can gut shot and get him. Yeah, no, was not willing to make that mistake. The reason we also didn't then just go haha gut shot is because we kind of want him to make him think that we don't have it in case he tries to kill one of our things with something that doesn't do exactly, 3. So there's the Harmonic Progeny. Please attack with Light Scribe. Won't do it. Okay. Vapor Snag. That's good. So we play a mountain. We snag the Light Scribe back to their hand. We kind of want them to block with Progeny, so we'll attack. No block. Wow. Dude has guts, I'll give him that. Luckily, we have a mountain, so this lava dart should get us home. All right, and that's all the prowess stuff finally done between the lava dart and the gut shot. And now we deal 15. And if anybody asks you what's better, is it prowess or Boros prowess? You now know the answer. All right, let's keep going. Wonder of wonders, our opponent wins the die roll. A whole bunch of creatures, only one spell. But if we keep drawing not lands, this is kind of fine. I mean, our creatures tend to die pretty quickly anyway. Blood Crypt, especially if they hand disruption us, I feel great about keeping this hand. Carrion Feeder. Oh no. This is bad. All right, look at me, I'm burn. I'm totally burn. No need to be afraid, it's just burn. I do think it takes this zombie deck about 3 turns to set up, whereas I think we can kind of go a little faster than that. No fear out of the zombie opponent, though. Cycling Street Wraith. Ooh, Cat. I don't like Cat. Cat gains life. I don't like when you gain life, opponent. Okay, so I think we have a setup turn where we just play out Sprite Dragon, and we swing in as is. Does block with the Cat. Okay, well, we're definitely not going to Muta now. Yeah, it's fine. Carrion Feeder can have tokens. It is a race, and at this exact moment, I'm winning. Not forever, though. Not winning forever, just right now. Yes, opponent, put yourself lower, and don't play the Witch's Oven. Please don't pay Witch's Oven. I would not be happy if you played Witch's Oven. Just a swamp. Gravecrawler, that's what you don't want to see. Gravecrawler means now for every open swamp, Carrion Feeder just gets that much bigger. And Carrion Feeder is now officially out of our range to kill things unless we find a Vapor Snag to put it back in his hand. Spire Bluff Canal, sure. So, let's do some thinking here. We can play Manamorphose, then Sprite Dragon, then Muta, and plus off of Manamorphose, we can see what we pull. So the only thing we could draw off of this where we would want more blue mana is like Vapor Snag or Consider. So we're going to assume that's not what's on top. Lava Dart, okay, so we were correct in our assumption. Play this out. Lava Dart, our opponent. We're going to do a lot of damage. I don't quite think it's lethal, and don't honestly have the worry to count it all the way down here. We're just going to go in for it. As many people online have said, math is indeed for blockers, and our opponent scoops it up. All right, so against this deck, so Tormod's Crypt, necessary and mandatory. So what do we take out? The Vapor Snags are okay because it resets the counters on their big fatties. We can always take out one Storming Entity. That's an easy cut. In fact, we can even take out one Expressive Iteration. That's an easy cut. I guess we even take out a Consider and bring in these big boys and try it like that. All right, this would be an amazing hand if it had a blue-white land, but alas, we need to mull this. This hand doesn't do anything. Sure. We need to put 2 things back. I think we put back Sprite Dragon and the Manamorphose. We want to Lava Dart his Carrion Feeder if he turn 1s it. All right, opponent plays land, cracks land. Nothing new there. Come on, play Carrion Feeder. Ooh, that's even something else I want to murder. So, yeah, bye-bye. We got rid of his zombie that gets out of hand real fast. And now let's see what his follow-up is. Oh, it just plays a swamp, does some debating. Oh, cycles a Street Wraith. Ravenous Squirrel. Are you sacrificing? Oh, no. So, is it worth killing the squirrel now? Or do we just assume it's not going to be a problem? Because I can get Steam Vent here. And in fact, this turn we can even play out 2 Swift Spears and just swing in with these boys. Or girls, in this case. And yeah. And next turn, hopefully we draw a land that can do blue specifically, and we Sprite Dragon Consider and deal another chunk of damage. Witch's Oven, that's very bad. Don't have Cat. Don't have Cat. Please don't have Cat. I'm asking you as nicely as I can. Don't have Witch's Familiar. All right. They'll probably swing in with both. I doubt they have any intention on blocking. Yeah. They're saving Cat for second main phase. That's just rude. All right. Looks like we get 1 turn. Land, please? But it's not... Well, I guess that means we can Lava Dart, though. They're just swinging with everything. And we can deal 7 damage. All right, we didn't bait anything out. So I say we just deal face. So they're not at a terribly high number. They're at 6, but like they can gain life. They can sacrifice Gravecaller right now, put a counter on Ravenous Squirrel, get a food token, gain 3 life, put another token on Ravenous Squirrel. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they end up doing. Oh, they went straight to their upkeep. They didn't sacrifice the food token. I don't know if that's right, because now like they might be tempted to use their mana for something else. Ooh, Oni Code Anvil. Suddenly I feel like I'm playing Pioneer. Them gaining life is not good. So the construct's more important than 3 life? Yeah, because they have to block. What do we draw? We draw a land, which we're actually going to crack because we just need this thing out of the way. We'll just get a mountain because our life is kind of if right now. We draw a Sprite Dragon or a Stormwing Elemental. Everyone has their permission to yell at me in the comments. But we're just looking for damage over the top here now. Expressive Iteration. Brutal. Put it to the bin. Manamorphose. You know, I'm okay with how things are progressing. So, do we Manamorphose now, or do we Manamorphose post-swing? I think we Manamorphose post-swing. So we'll Manamorphose, or pre-swing rather, sorry. I mean, they were going to block anyway. Really, we're trying to kill them with Sprite Dragon. So we'll go blue-red, another Monastery Swiftspear. I mean, it'll deal a little bit of damage, exactly 1 more. So we'll deal them 5, putting them to 2. They'll go back up a little bit, though. They'll just attack with everything. They can kill 1 Swiftspear, because they'll sacrifice the Construct token to Witch's Oven. Yeah. But they still take 5, go to 2. And they can gain 3, but it looks like they'd rather gain 1 with the Anvil. I think that's wrong. I think they should crack the food token just to gain 3 life, considering that I have a flying 4/4. Oh, no. Oh, that's the worst. So now they can gain 2 life. Oh, they're just going to do it right now, too. The disrespect. So they're not at 4, they're at 7. So we need a bolt is what we need. They should really attack. You should really attack. You should put me to 3. You should not be on defense. Opponent, attack with Ravenous Squirrel. Opponent, I don't understand why you're thinking so hard. You have 2 blockers. Does it have to be a sorcery? No, yeah, okay. You're still fine, right? We go to 3. So we have to win next turn pretty much. Come on, Lightning Bolt. Gut Shot. So we can kill Cauldron Familiar, but then they just sacrifice Witch's Oven. So I think we just have to pay for Gut Shot and deal, because like if we kill Cauldron Familiar now, it doesn't accomplish much because we want to leave something back as a blocker. In fact, we want to kind of leave both back as blockers. So we just attack with the flyer. Unfortunately, getting them real close to dead is not getting them dead. So they deal us, okay, just sacrifice his own creature. Are we dead? I think we might be dead. Yeah, I think we're dead. We die to Witch's Oven and Oni Code Anvil? I mean, we'll see if they see it. I have to assume they do. That was real close. The Gut Shot was almost what we needed, but it wasn't what we needed. Yep, nope. That's unfortunate. Okay, so we definitely want our Graveyard Hate. The Kozilek's Return look a little bit more intriguing now after that game. But like, what do we take? I guess the Vapor Snags are fine to dump, or something that might do a little bit more damage in the grand scheme of things. 1 land, no. No lands, oh man. All right, put 2 to the bottom. Expressive and Consider. Start out with the old Swifty. What do you got, turn 1 opponent? You clearly have something. Champion of the Perished. Okay, well that's getting Lava Darted. Not a land. Land! Well, I wasn't quick enough on my ask. That's on me. Alright, get their guy out the way, and then swing with a 2/3. Not the fastest start, but we did have to mull 2 hands. Another Champion of the Perished. We're gonna give up, yeah. We're gonna give up on our mountain if he tries to play a zombie. We can't let that thing get out of hand. And we already have a 2nd land in hand, so it's fine. And I'm hoping he kept his hand based on the strength of his zombies. I'm suddenly fine with drawing lands, considering I've been tossing so many into the bin, so not even upset. We do need to start drawing action right now, though. All right, let's see what our opponent does. Verdant Catacombs, I'm game for them to take a damage. Ravenous Squirrel, not good. Gravecrawler, even worse. Oh boy, I think we're losing to this deck, guys. I think Carrion Feeder, Ravenous Squirrel. Oh man, if we draw a Kozilek's Return now after they're both 3/3s, I'm gonna feel so sad. Ooh boy, they're good at racing. They are speed racer. Scalding Tar, not what we want. All right. Okay, I think the deck has finally run out of steam, guys. I think 4 games into it, 4 if you count the one where the guy just scooped after he lost game 1 because of salt. Steam game has finally said, Brian, you can't win that many in a row. We're shutting you down. We are just going to deal you all the damage, and you are going to like it. And what I say to that is, you know what, game? I can't win them all. Oh, man, it just gets so big. I mean, we're going to be able to block 1, so we do get 1 more turn, but the fact that we sat here and drew literally only lands all game is kind of brutal. If we draw Kozilek's Return next turn, I'm going to feel real bad. Yep, come on in, big boy. Water's fine. All right. Very little Manamorphose. So Manamorphose could be anything. Get a mountain. Manamorphy. I mean, we're not dealing 11. Game, I will happily be wrong if you want me to be wrong. I still don't think we're dealing 11. I mean, we will deal an amount just to show we can, and then we will take our L on the chin. We got real close though, you know? It's one of those things where we go to 5 and then we're out of here. Actually, you know what? He might not see the attack button. He might accidentally yield through his turn. Anything could happen, guys. Anything at all could happen. Anything at all. Anything you say. Nope, I don't think he's yielding through his turn, guys. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. Oh no. Our opponent's smart. That's not good. Oh man. Sweet deck though. Too bad we couldn't find anything other than lands. But dealing 20 in one swing. Who baby? Show me what you got. And skadoosh. Yeah, no, I got nothing, big guy. Oh well. Can't win them all. Wonder of wonders. We have lost the die roll. One of these days, I got to do a count of how many times I win versus lose the die roll. I feel like every time I turn the camera on, I lose die rolls left and right. All right, 1 land, a whole bunch of 2-drops. I don't think so. 1 land, a whole bunch of 1-drops. Okay, we'll get rid of the card we can't cast. We have a couple turns to try and find... Ooh, hammer time. Try and find some action here, or we might just sit here and die. Paradise Mantle. It's Cheerios? I haven't seen Cheerios in a minute. Okay, so hopefully next turn we draw a land, so we can get... No. Ooh, thank you, Mitgo, for allowing me not to yield through my attack step. Chef's kiss on that one. All right, so they got Paradise Mantle. So they put SRAM down now, and they just Cheerios off? I could still be right. Stoneforge Mystic. Paradise Mantle. Land. Soulscar Mage. Not a land. Sad Brian. Okay, we swing out. I mean, opponent, if you're going to let me get away with it. Then again, it looks like they were using Stoneforge Mystic just to tutor, not to, like, actually get things. Because, like, if they had gotten Culture Complete or Batterskull, I'd be a little bit more worried, but they're getting Paradise Mantles, which leads me to believe this is some sort of combo, you know, I'm walking blindly into. All right, they're just going to make a dude? I'm game for a 1/1. Oh, no, it's not a 1/1. It's so much bigger than a 1/1. Oh, no, it's the cards in their hand we knew about. Oh dear, come on deck, come on, do it land, yay! All right, so we Manamorphose, and we kind of commit to our Sprite Dragon here, unless we find a Stormwing entity. We find an expressive iteration. It is turn 3, we could even still find a land. Oh, but we already played a land this turn, didn't we? Yeah, we did, okay. So, Sprite Dragon to hand, Mountain to the bottom of the deck, Gut Shot to exile, and we swing. No block. Again, no one tonight has been afraid. Everyone has just let me hit them as hard as I can, pretty much hoping that, you know, that's me blowing my wad. But that was off of Manamorphose, so we did get to do quite a bit. Now, if he goes to get a Shadow Spear, we're pretty done. Every time. Oh, even worse. Why is it playing Paradise Mantle? Was it always playing Paradise Mantle? I don't feel like that was a thing. Oh, even worse. Yeah, this one's over. We got stamped by hammers. GG, DG, DGG. Jeez, all right. Braids, Shatter Sprees. That's about it. Vapor Snags are actually pretty good. Gut Shots are okay. They're not great. We probably get rid of the Gut Shots in this matchup. And 1 Stormwing entity. The Shattering Speed can really go wild, though. If we draw it, like, turn 3, turn 4... and we've made all our land drops, we can kind of one-side wrath them. But we'll see how we do. All right, we at least get to play first. Probably okay. Like, our hate pieces that we boarded in really don't guarantee us a win. Mountain, Soulscar Mage, pass her up. Turn 1, Steel Shaper's Gift. On Thin Ice. Oof. If he just has removal, that's a great way to dismantle us too. Another Lava Dart. Well, we'll get Sprite Dragon out. We'll see how many pieces of removal we'll bother to play. God, one of these days someone's going to play On Thin Ice against me, and I'm going to have a Ghost Quarter, and that's going to be the best day of my life. This looks like a... Ooh, Steel Shaper's Gift. That's good. That means they're not going to do a ton. Nettle Cyst. Well, that's a new toy that they get because they no longer play Luris, play Spire Buff Canal, play the Soulscar Mage. I don't think we can play either of our Lava Darts. I think we have to kind of keep on D and see what they play, because if they play like a Pure Steel Paladin or something, we have to kill it. If they just play Nettle Cyst. Sigarda's Aid, that's bad. That's really bad. The question is, what creature do they have? Steel Shaper's Gift, they don't have one yet. There's the Hammer. Monastery Swift Spear. So we play the land, we play Swift Spear. I think we attack just kind of as is, but we still leave up the Lava Darts as removal. We kind of have to make sure they can't do anything. And if they just sit here and they don't play creatures, then, you know, we have Lava Darts, but I don't feel like we're that lucky. There's Ink Moth. So we have to wait until they try and put the hammer on it. Short, and here's my Lava Dart. I can actually do this multiple times, opponent. Let's see how many times you can try and put a hammer on a Ink Moth Nexus. Does the mighty Lava Dart take out the Ink Moth Nexus? Just the one little ping? Blacksmith Skill. Good try, opponent. But try again. And this is why we didn't do any of our removal spells, because we still get to get the tokens on Sprite Dragon. Another Sprite Dragon, sure. We even have free cards, so we'll try this. Manamorphose, not quite. We do get to do quite a bit of damage, though. And here we do Lava Dart our opponent, because I don't see them playing anything with haste. And this one Lava Dart deals 5 damage. Puts them to 1. Oh man, if we had one more mountain. And that is game 2. Okay, that worked. Man, I really want Gut Shot in the deck. Like, really, really bad. Like, you don't know how bad. I think bad enough to take out an Expressive Iteration, put a Gut Shot back in the deck. I think that's all I want to do, though. Because Gut Shot, oh my god, Gut Shot can totally save us. Alright, game 3 for all of the marbles. At least the ones I haven't lost yet. Hear that? It's my audience retention going down. Doesn't do anything until turn 3. I don't think so. Okay. We give up on 1 land. We don't have a turn 1 play, but hopefully neither does our opponent. Ah, sadness. Turn 1 play? No, just a mountain. All right, we pass. The Esper Sentinel taking 3 games to show up, though, is a good sign. It means we got to win game 2. Sigarda's Aid, that's not good. That's not good at all. I think we actually have to bleed cards out of their hand, so I think we play Mountain and we pass. They're going to get to draw a card, but at least we'll get to abrade their thing, because I feel like I feel the Colossus Hammer. Yep, and Crunch. Please don't have the +2/+2 indestructible thing. Ugh, Brian, you could have killed the hammer. You really could have. So now he deals us 13 instead of dealing us just 3. Oh boy, this game has been punted pretty hard. Now we have to play out a chump blocker every turn. Hey look, it's a chump blocker. So you're the chump blocker for this turn. I don't even think we can play Mutagenic Growth because we need that next turn to play out Stormwing Entity. Alright. It's actually surprising how long it took Blacksmith Skill to show up in these decks. Like, when Hammer Time was just running Train on the meta, I don't remember this being in their deck. Cool. I got a chump blocker. Actually, this says target permanent, doesn't it? So that didn't even matter in the long run. Do this. Owie. Can't pay for that. He's way too big now. Alright. Do they throw an Inkmoth Nexus in the way? Or do they just take 4? It's good to see Hammer Time back, though. Hammer Time kind of went way of the Izzet Blitz. You know, it had a ban and it kind of went away, and now it's still trying to find its new footing. But, you know, I like that it's in the format. It was very, very dominant with Ragavan, though. Or not Ragavan, Luris. Okay, so they are deciding that this game's a little bit more real than perhaps I'm giving it credit for. And they do trade, but now we play out our chump blocker. We can even do that next turn. Abrade. That seems important. Sprite Dragon to the bottom, Abrade to the top. Maybe we can even turn this around. If they swing again, we have to let Stormwing Entity have it. Stormwing Entity, I thank you for your service. You may report directly to the graveyard. Alright, so Here's the thing. We could Expressive Iteration, hope to find a second land, be a little bit better set up. It would put us to 1, though. And then Fiery Island can never really be used again. But I think we have to risk it, only because it's either going to happen this turn or next, and we kind of need to have it happen. Okay. Oh, no. We just killed ourselves. Spire Bluff Canal comes in tapped. Oh, no. All right. That doesn't do anything. So now our Sprite Dragon has to be the blocker. These Fiery Islands, man. What is he doing now? March of Otherworldly Light. And that's the game. See you guys in the wrap-up. All right. 5 quick matches with this deck again this week. I just wanted to do something familiar and easy for me. And this deck just makes me happy. It's a deck I put together in paper that I did quite well with when it was in the top of the meta. And now I bring it out every now and then just when I'm feeling nostalgic for, let's be honest, with 2019, 2020. But again, as you can see, it is still a good deck. We won 3, lost 2. Hammer Time probably could have played a little bit tighter, but I was trying to push it just a little bit more so that I could really go over the top and really, try and turn that one around. Because that game felt like a losing proposition. Is there anything I would change? Actually, yes. So Bedlam Reveler and one of the Kozilek's returns could probably even turn into Pyromancer, the one that lets you discard cards and draw cards, get a little bit more going on. Bedlam Reveler, I've never successfully cast that. It's just in there as a hopes and dreams kind of thing. But yeah, another easy one. If you guys have any lists you want me to take a look at or perhaps even play, send it to heydummyplaythis@gmail.com. Again, that's heydummyplaythis@gmail.com. I'll go ahead and put that in the description. And yeah, thanks for coming along. Hope to see you guys next time. Next time I bring out Izzet Blitz, I might do something funny with it. I recently did something funny with Izzet Wizards. Hopefully you guys liked that one. If you did, I'm sure I can figure out more nonsense there as well. But yeah, thank you guys very much for coming by, and I will catch you next time. Later.